Hi everyone, it's JoAnne, and we are here today for day 29 of our senior yoga practice. We will start on our mat, of course. We're going to start in a standing position today. I will see you on your mat. Hope you're feeling well today. I'm just going to start allowing your body just to move gently. Allow your knees to bend and allow your arms to go free. Allow your head to follow the movement of your shoulders. You can come up to the toes of one foot at a time if you wish. And breathe. Allow this movement to be as large or small, as fast or slow as you like. And breathe. And gently allow yourself to slow down. See if you can stop your feet and then your legs, your hips, your torso, and allow your arms to be the very last to stop at your sides. Then plant your feet beneath you, finding your Tadasana pose. Shoulders over hips, hips over knees, knees over ankles. But just rocking your weight gently forward and back on your feet. Lifting your toes as you come back, if you wish, and lifting your heels as you come forward, if you wish. Just feel your weight gently rocking forward and back. Now slow down and stop at the point that you feel that nice balance of weight from front to back on your feet. So the balls of your feet are pressing down evenly. You may be able to lift your toes up off the floor. Now we don't need to practice with our toes lifted, but this is just a good test to see if you can lift your toes and then let them each touch your mat. Feel your arches lifted. Now notice an upward flow of energy coming up through the earth, through your feet, up your legs, as though the earth is gently pressing you upward. Your knees soften. Draw your navel toward your spine and gently feel your tailbone as it reaches toward the earth. This is keeping the gentle, natural curve of our lower back. Feel your shoulders gently come down and back, maybe a few gentle shoulder rotations here. But feel as if you can slide your shoulder blades down your spine, that your palms flip forward. Now lengthen the back of your neck. Feel the crown of your head reaching up. Find your breath. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, let your right ear gently drop toward your right shoulder. Hold it there as long as you wish. As you're ready, you're going to come through center and let your left ear drop toward your left shoulder. Now, as you continue these neck stretches, we don't want to work with pain. You can turn your head, lift your chin, whatever feels good. One more thing that we don't want to do is complete head rolls, because even owls can't do that very well. So we want to keep our necks safe. We're going to stretch out those muscles. Moving gently with the awareness of your breath. No need to hurry. You can always, if you wish, bring your hand up and give yourself a nice relaxing massage for those muscles in your shoulders, going up to your neck and down through your back. And breathe. Now bring your chin to center. Gently lift your chin. Shoulders down and back. Now, if you will just gently bend and extend your legs. Just see how your knees are feeling today. You want to make sure you're not working with any pain. Okay. Now, if you can do this okay with no pain, I'm going to have you keep your knees bent. and your tailbone reaching toward the earth. So I'm going to turn sideways so you can see. So my knees are bent, my high knees not sticking out. Now, if you do this and this hurts your knees, it's fine if you do this. The reason I want you to try to stand like this is it helps your body try to stay long and tall through the spine. Every time you get that practice is a good time, okay? Now, from here, what you're going to do is just swing your hips from side to side. This is a nice isolation. Even though our joints all can work at the same time, they don't have to. So see if you can keep your feet steady. See if you can keep your shoulders steady. See if you can keep your head steady. As you're just swinging your hips from side to side, feel as though your tailbone is swinging like a pendulum. And breathe. Now let's take some figure eights with this as well. Just a little bit more movement here. Now the rest of your body is going to follow along. Just a smooth movements just to get everything going today. Even if it might be the middle of the afternoon, it's okay. Reverse directions. Again, it's just nice, gentle movements. Allow the breath to flow. Okay, let's come back to standing. Shake yourself out. And then we're going to come down to the feet. So back into your Tadasana pose, you're going to come into some foot pedals. Now, your feet may come up a lot. They may not. Make sure you're not working with pain. You can hold on one side. So here I'm going to add a little bit of resistance doing this. If that feels okay, go ahead. Just go ahead, stretching out the feet. Remember, pops and cracks are okay as long as they don't hurt. Now, please keep your right knee bent. Your left knee is soft, and you're going to circle that right knee. Try to keep that hip in place so that leg is moving from the hip joint. And you can feel this in your hip, your knee, and your ankle. And reverse directions. Just a gentle circle. And breathe. Place that foot down and then into the left foot. Some nice, just to warm up the joints. See how they're feeling. It's always nice to check in. Okay, reverse directions. Just let that leg move as freely as possible from the hip joint. There we go. And that foot down. Let's move both knees now. And breathe. And reverse directions. Okay, let's stay right here. I'll turn sideways for this. We're going to come into our cat-cow. What you want to start is with a long spine. So I'm not doing much with my spine. I'm just coming down a little bit. So what we want to avoid is this. You're not lifting here, and we're trying not to round. So you're just going to come here, hands are here, and then we can move into our standing cat-cow pose. So see how much movement you can get into your spine today. So lots of movement here. The pelvic floor is tilting forward. You're tucking your chin as this round, and then there's a lift and open up, and you can start moving your head as well. And breathe. Feel the breath flow. Let's do one more round. And breathe. Go ahead and come up to standing. Take a few moments here, if you will, to give your body a mental scan. Notice how you're feeling. We're going to stay up on our feet for a few more asana, and then we'll come down to the mat. So, coming into Tadasana first, and then I'm going to have you open your feet just a little bit wider. We don't want too wide here, so just a little bit wider than shoulder width. Okay, your second toe is pointed forward, your arches lift, your knees soften, your tailbone reaches down. And we're going to start with an arm extension that can be completely overhead if you wish. Out here, 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 whatever you want. We're trying to build a star, so we're a 5-pointed star. As you inhale, big stretch. See how much room you can take up in the room, and exhale. Inhale, big stretch, and exhale. Inhale, stretch, exhale. Now you're going to bring your right arm all the way up like this, or bent at the elbow, and we're going to come to side bends. You can push your hips to the right. You can creep your left hand down your left leg if you wish, and breathe. And breathe. Now reaching forward with the right hand. Take that right hand to your left leg now, anywhere between the hip and the ankle. Next, you're going to look in between your feet. This is going to help square your hips. That right elbow's bent, left arm can either rest on your back or extend in the air. Neck is relaxed, and you're going to pull your right elbow toward the earth. Your knees are soft. Feel this through your hamstrings. It's a gentle spinal twist. You're twisting your spine. Your neck is relaxed. And release. So you're in your ragdoll pose here. You can stay here in ragdoll. You can come into standing cat-cows if you want. Another thing you can do if you want is place your fingertips on the floor. Bend your knees as much as you need. Inhale. Look forward. Now as you exhale, lift your tailbone toward the ceiling. Inhale. Bend your knees and look forward. And exhale. Lift that tailbone toward the ceiling. Once more. Inhale, looking forward. And exhale, lift the tailbone toward the ceiling. And rest here for a little bit. Add as much movement as you wish. And then slowly come to standing. From here, we'll come into a gentle standing back bend. And you're back in your starting position. Rooting down through your feet, feeling that upward flow of energy. Extend your arms as far as you want. Inhale, big stretch. Exhale. Inhale, big stretch. Exhale. And once more, big inhale, stretch. Exhale. Now your right arm comes down and your left arm over. And your left elbow can be bent if you want. Pushing your hips to the left if you want. You can even creep your right fingertips down your right leg. And feel that great stretch for your side, bending your spine and breathing. Breathe. Now open your heart, hinging forward. That left hand now is going to come to your right leg, anywhere between the hip and the ankle. Your elbows bend. You're going to look in between your feet. Right arm either resting on your back or extending up. And pull that left elbow toward the floor. Lifting your tailbone. Now, make sure that your hips haven't shifted from one side to the other. So your knees are soft and you're lifting your tailbone as you gently pull your left elbow toward the floor. Neck is relaxed. Breath is steady. Then release. And you can stay here in ragdoll. You can do some cat-cow poses if you want. You can do that same thing that we did last time. Or, if you want, you can work on a squat. So just maybe coming down, maybe just coming down a little bit, see how it feels. You want to watch your knees. Maybe you want to point your toes out more. Just see what you can do. Just finding a pose that's not hurting your body. It's stretching. Using your muscles and your breath. Good. As you're ready, go ahead and bring yourself to standing. Take your time. There's no need to hurry. And then float into a little back bend. Nice. And release. Shake yourself out a little bit. Notice how you feel. Okay, next we are going to do our tree pose. So if you want, you can hold on to a shelf, your couch, a chair, something. It's always fine to hold on to something for your balance. So remember, in this tree pose, we're going to build our trunk. And just like a tree in nature, the trunk is the strong part of the tree. It's not the roots. So we're not really trying to balance on one foot as much as we're trying to balance through our center and as we're standing on one leg. So maybe thinking of it like that might help you a little bit. So we're going to be standing on our right leg first. If you wish to hold on to something with your right hand, go ahead. So just take a moment, finding your center. Notice that nice balance of weight over both of your legs. Now I'm going to turn my right foot out just a little bit. You can if you want. Your toes can be pointed forward if you want. The next thing you're going to do is just let a little bit more weight come into your right leg. Notice that I haven't shifted my hip. I just have a little bit more weight coming into my right leg. Just frees my left leg to come out and the sole of my foot to come into my ankle. And you can stay here or lift that leg up. Please don't put it right at the knee. Come up as high as you want. You can bring your hands up or leave them at your sides. So you're pressing in with your standing leg and that foot at the same time. And breathe. And breathe. Finding a nice focal point for your eyes. Allow your breath to flow. And release as you're ready. Move yourself around, loosen up those muscles, see how you feel. And into your Tadasana pose again. Shoulders over hips, hips over knees, knees over ankles. Remember, your knees are soft, allowing your tailbone to reach toward the earth. If you wish to put your left hand on something for balance this time, it's fine. You can turn the toes of your left foot out if you wish. Then remember that gentle shift in weight without shifting the hip. Standing really strong and tall on that left leg, really strong through your center, so your right foot now can come out and the sole of your foot in to meet your ankle. And you can stay just like this, or even lift that foot just a little bit, or lift it all the way. Just see what you can do today. There's no right and wrong as long as you're not in pain. So you're standing, pressing in with your standing leg as well as the one with the bent knee. And breathe. Maybe this time you can see if you can be a happy tree, so bring the corners of your mouth up toward your ears. And breathe. And release as you feel ready. Move yourself around. Allow your breath to flow. We're going to come down to the mat now, so take your time. However you want to get down is fine with me. You can have a blanket or a pillow handy to sit on if you want. We're going to start in a staff pose. So our staff pose is where our legs are extended. So you can place your hands here to help you sit up first. As you look out over your legs are separated hip width, so your knees and toes are pointed toward the ceiling. We're going to start with what we call rocking the baby. It can be not all the way rocking if you don't want. Your right foot now is going to rest on your left shin. If this is fine here, leave it here. If you can bring it up to rest on your thigh, go ahead, leave it here. You can feel this opening up your right hip. If this hurts, release some. Dropping it down here is not so much, it's going to be less of a stretch, so you take it wherever you can. Now, if you're fine here, then you can do what's called rocking the babies, lifting that foot up, cradle it in your left and your right elbow, and then you can rock your baby. And breathe. Consciously lengthen the distance between your shoulders and your ears and feel your breath flowing. And breathe. Now gently release that foot. That foot can either come to the inside of your left leg or to the outside. Another thing you're going to do is bring that left foot in just a little bit so that your second toe is in line with your navel. So you find the best position for your right leg. Either way, you want your sits bones on the floor. So for this one, notice it's best probably on this if you're not seated on a blanket. If you need it, go ahead. But this is really brings a lot of awareness into sitting tall, drawing the sits bones down. So finding the best placement for your right foot, maybe it's all the way up here, maybe you're just crossed at the ankle. Sit up tall, hold on to that left leg, and bring your right hand behind you. You're not rounding your spine, you're just lengthening your spine. Look at your left foot. Since our right knee is bent, we're going to be twisting to the right. Find your breath, take a deep inhale, and lengthen your spine as you inhale. Now as you exhale, gently turn just a bit to the right. Now hold there. Make sure your sits bones are on the floor. Draw your shoulders away from your ears and breathe. And find your breath. Inhale, lengthen your spine. And exhale, turn just a little bit more. And again, you're going to root down through your sits bones, draw your shoulders away from your ears, and open your heart. Now you can stop right here, or you can do that one more time. It's up to you. Remember, in our seated twist, we want to keep our spine long. So your sits bones are going to stay on the floor, your tailbone is down, and you're trying to keep the crown of your head stacked over your tailbone. And breathe. And breathe. And gently release. Take your time. And we'll come into a forward seated bend. You have several choices here. This is a forward seated bend, a seated child's pose, nice relaxing pose for the back. Maybe you want to come into this supine butterfly pose, not supine, your butterfly pose. Or maybe you wish to come with your legs extended, and you can come into a forward seated bend. So you're extending over and then you're stretching. Make sure that your knees are soft in this one. If you come all this way, it's okay. You don't have to even come this far. What we're trying to do is stretch out the back and lengthen the legs. Stretch out the legs if you're in this extended pose. And feel your breath flow. Now slowly come up. And you're going to place your hands behind you on the floor. And open into a gentle back bend. And then we're back into our staff pose. Legs are coming straight from the hips, knees and toes pointed toward the ceiling. Left foot now is going to rest on your right shin or on your right thigh. Or you can come up and practice the rocking the baby pose. Slow, gentle movements if you're in here, but you want to keep upright. We're trying not to round in this pose. Every time you get that opportunity to sit up tall or stand up tall, go ahead and take that opportunity. Allow your breath to flow. Now, you're going to release that left leg. You can come to the inside or the outside of your right. Bring that right foot in just a tad so your second toe's in line with your navel. Sit up tall. So if say you're here, it's fine to keep your right hand right here on your knee. In fact, this time I'm going to do it this way. My right hand's just on my right knee. My left hand's behind me. So whatever leg you have crossed over, that's the direction we're going to be turning. Start with that long spine. Find your breath. Deep inhale. Lengthen the spine and exhale. Turn. Rooting down through the sits bones. Slide your shoulders away from your ears and breathe. And find your breath. Inhale. Lengthen. Exhale. You can turn just a little bit more. You can turn your head if that's comfortable. If it's not comfortable to turn your head, you don't have to. Sliding your shoulders away from your ears and keeping your sits bones rooted down to the earth. And breathe. Good. Turn more if you want, or release some if you feel like you've gone too much. And here we go. Release. And we'll come into the forward seated bend. Now gently bring yourself to your back. We're going to come into a bridge and then we'll go into Shavasana. So you have a blanket if you want. Bring yourself down to your back. Take your time. Find a comfortable position for your feet. You can even move around here a little bit. Get yourself comfortable. You want to stretch out your legs some, whatever feels good for you to do. And then to find that position for your bridge pose, you want to make sure your feet aren't too far away from you. So you want to be able, if you can, to maybe just tickle your heels. Your shoulders are pulling away from your ears. Your palms can be up or down. Draw your navel toward your spine. You're looking toward your knees rather than at the ceiling. So if you want to have a blanket or a pillow, see if I lifted this just a little bit, that's going to help because now I'm looking here in my next one. It's probably a little bit too high. There we go, like this. Here we go. Inhale, you're going to lift into a bridge pose. So look for this nice long slope here. Feel like there's a basketball or a tennis ball maybe, if you want, pinching that in between your knees. Navel's in towards your spine, your breath is steady. No weight on your neck, no weight on your shoulders. You're pressing down through your feet and forward through your knees, and you're breathing. Now slowly come down. Feel like you can roll down one vertebra at a time. Allow your tailbone to touch the earth. And then get the natural length of your spine again. So you gently lifted. You have that space in your low back. And then you can hug your knees in towards your chest. Big circles if you want. Move around some if you want. And let's go into Shavasana. I'm going to find some music. I thought I had some queued up. I guess I was wrong. You can go ahead and come to your back. Once you're on your back, allow your legs to extend if you wish, or you can keep them bent. Allow your eyes to close and bring your awareness to your breath. Gently peel your tongue from the roof of your mouth if it's there. And allow your awareness to rest on the rhythm of your breath. Let yourself go. And slowly bring your awareness back to the rhythm of your breath. Maybe place your hands on your belly. Feel your belly rise toward the ceiling as you inhale. Your navel fall toward your spine as you exhale. And bring some gentle movements into your body as you feel ready. Perhaps wiggling your fingers and your toes. And please, if you will, take a moment here to thank yourself for the time that you have given yourself today. And gently, as you feel ready, slowly roll to one side and allow yourself to rest on your side with your breath. And gently bring yourself to a comfortable seated position as you feel ready. Take your time, there's no need to hurry. Sit on a blanket or a pillow if you want. Feel your spine lengthen and allow your heart to open. Close your eyes again if they opened up. And just sit here for a moment with your breath. Calm and peaceful. And let's close with one Om. Please feel free to join in if you wish. Let's begin with a cleansing breath, a complete inhale. Deep exhale. Deep inhale. Allow your hands to come to your heart if you wish. Allow your eyes to open if you wish. And on the count of 3, we'll say namaste to one another. 1, 2, 3, namaste. Thank you so much for sharing your time today. It was wonderful to see you, and I hope to see you here again soon. Bye.